The trash vortex is the largest landfill in the world and it floats in the middle of the ocean. The patch is actually two separate accumulations known as the Western and Eastern Pacific garbage patches. The Eastern garbage patch floats between Hawaii and California. Scientists estimate it's 2 times bigger than Texas. The Western garbage patch forms east of Japan and west of Hawaii. Each swirling mass of garbage is massive and collects trash from all over the world. It is predicted that the patch may be doubling in size every 10 years. The patches are connected by a thin 6,000-mile-long current called the Subtropical Convergence Zone. Research flights showed that significant amounts of trash also accumulate in the convergence zone itself. In oceanography, a subtropical gyre is a ring-like system of ocean currents rotating clockwise in the northern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the southern hemisphere, caused by the Coriolis effect.
They generally form in large open ocean areas that lie between land masses. It is the largest of the gyres as well as the largest ecosystem on our planet. Like other subtropical gyres, it has a high-pressure zone in its center.
This specific gyre covers most of the Pacific Ocean and comprises of 4 prevailing ocean currents: the North Pacific Current, the California Current, the North Equatorial Current, and the Kuroshio Current. Ocean currents carry debris from the east coast of Asia to the center of the gyre in a year or less, and debris from the west coast of North America in about 5 years. Charles Moore, a former sailor, came across the Sea of Waste by chance in 1997. He was taking a shortcut home from a Los Angeles to Hawaii yacht race. He had steered his boat into the North Pacific Gyre, an area that most sailors avoid due to its lack of wind and extreme high-pressure systems. He was astonished to find himself surrounded by garbage for weeks, thousands of miles from land. Moore, the heir to a family fortune from the oil industry, subsequently sold his business interests and became an environmental activist. He warned that unless consumers cut back on their use of disposable plastics, the plastic stew would double in size over the next decade.
The Ocean Surface Current Simulator developed by James Ingraham Jr. predicts the trajectory of drift originating along the coast of the North Pacific. Drift from Japan is shown in red, drift from the United States in blue. The diagrams show the position of drift after 183 days, 3 years, and 10 years.
Occasionally, ocean currents will change and release some of the garbage, which then washes up on the beaches in huge amounts. Moore reported the amount of plastic in the area of the gyre is somewhat around 3.3 million pieces per square kilometer. Of the more than 200 billion pounds of plastic the world produces each year, about 10% ends up in the ocean. 70% of that eventually sinks, damaging life on the ocean floor. The rest floats. Much of it ends up in the gyres and the massive garbage patches that form there, with some plastic eventually washing up on a distant shore. About 20% of this is from ships and loading platforms, and the rest is from land. There is so much trash that for every pound of plankton, it's estimated there's 6 pounds of plastic garbage. A single-liter bottle could break into enough small fragments to put one on every mile of the beach in the entire world. Plastic bags are either restricted or completely banned in over a quarter of the world's countries. Belgium, Ireland, and Hong Kong have legislation discouraging the use of plastic bags by imposing a tax for plastic bags. With this tax, about 34 cents per bag, usage dropped by 94%.
Italy banned plastic bags entirely in 2011. Many other jurisdictions, including Bangladesh, South Africa, Thailand, and areas of Australia, were soon to follow.
In the United States, bans have been imposed at the local level, starting with San Francisco in 2007. In 2008, Westport, Connecticut banned plastic bags in grocery stores, and in 2009, Edmonds, Washington banned plastic bags at retail stores. Nurdles are especially dangerous. They're basically a tiny piece of plastic that absorbs waste chemicals. They are plastic's rawest form. They're so light that many get lost in the ocean during their shipments. Fish and many other predators see nurdles as food since they so closely resemble fish eggs. It has been estimated that over 1 million birds and 100,000 marine mammals and sea turtles are killed each year by ingestion of plastics or entanglement. A turtle found dead in Hawaii had over 1,000 pieces of plastic in its stomach and intestines. Many birds and their chicks have been found dead with their stomachs filled with medium-sized plastic items such as bottle tops, lighters, and balloons. The plastics can act as a sort of chemical sponge. They concentrate many of the most damaging of the pollutants found in the world's oceans, so many animals eating these pieces of plastic debris would be taking in highly toxic pollutants.
Floating plastics can also affect marine ecosystems in a surprising way. By providing a ready surface for organisms to live on, these plants and animals can then be transported far outside their normal habitat. These ocean hitchhikers can then invade new habitats to become a possible nuisance species.
The North Pacific Gyre is one of 5 major ocean gyres, and the trash vortex problem is one which is proven to be present in other oceans as well. The oceans provide vital sources of protein, energy, and minerals to the world. The rolling of the sea across the planet creates over half our oxygen. It also drives our weather systems and natural flows of nutrients around the world. The ocean transports water masses many times greater than all the rivers on land combined and keeps the earth habitable. Without the global ocean, there would be no life on Earth. Some scientists say it is impossible to clean up the mess now because it is simply too massive an undertaking, and without support from any government, nothing can be done. No one is guiltless when it comes to the trash vortex. We all consume and discard goods, and in that we are all responsible for a portion of the plastic ending up in the ocean. As Charles Moore said, only humans make waste that nature can't digest.